Well, Ivy went a juking on the outskirts of town, but she didn't like the sound that they were putting down. She pulled the plug on that old jukebox, grabbed her guitar, she said, Ivy's gonna rock, she's rock and roll, boys.
Rock and roll, Ivy.
She's rock and roll.
Rock and roll, Ivy.
She's gonna rock and roll into your very soul. Look out, cat, she just rock and roll. She rocked on the ceiling, she rocked on the floor. Now everybody shouting, Ivy, rock a little more. I'll tell you something, cat, this here chick's real wild, but don't you get too close. You cramp her style, she's rock and roll, boys.
Rock and roll, Ivy.
She's rock and roll.
Rock and roll, Ivy.
She's gonna rock and roll into your very soul. Look out, cat, she just rock and roll. Yeah, man. Well, Ivy plays a real rock and roll guitar, sharper than the pins on a Cadillac car. Tell you something, cat, this here gal's real fine. Rock and roll, Ivy ain't no clinging band. She's rock and roll, boys.
Rock and roll, Ivy.
Rock and roll.
Rock and roll, Ivy.
She's gonna rock and roll into your very soul. Look out, cat, she's just rock and roll. While rocking to Ivy, a guy went out his mind. He rocked so hard, he was laughing, he was crying. In the doctor's test to see what it was that he got, he's a Ivy raw shot. In every inch box, she's rock and roll, boys.
Rock and roll, Ivy.
Rock and roll.
Rock and roll, Ivy.
She's gonna rock and roll into your very soul. Look out, cat, she just rock and roll.